I'm having an issue, and I want to share this with you guys because you're probably going through something similar when you are trying to create content and be consistent with it. So for the last, I want to say almost 2 weeks, I've been consistent with just posting on every social media platform. I'm like, you know what, screw this. I'm just going to continue post. And it's not so that I'm trying to hit the algorithm or whatever. It's because I'm doing this for myself. I always get to like a 2-week mark and then I fall right off, and then I don't post anything for like 2-3 months. And in order for you to change, you have to say, all right, where is it that I fall off track? And what I'm noticing is I have an amazing idea to post something, or several ideas that I say, all right, I'm gonna post this stuff, I'm gonna put this stuff out there. And then it's like I don't have anything else after to post, or life just kicks in and suddenly I just get busy. So I want to make this post to be just fully transparent. It's not easy creating content on a daily basis, but when you are passionate about something and you really want to make a difference for yourself, you have to put yourself through these pains. These pains will allow you to become stronger later. Like my goal right now is to do 90 days of creating content. I didn't start like tracking it per se, but like, well, I'm using an app that kind of tracks everything that I have, but I have like a visual representation of me creating stuff. And sometimes I need help. And I'm reaching out to you guys that are watching my videos. What is it that you guys want to learn about building your wealth? And when I mean wealth, allowing you to have the freedom of your time. Is it debt management, investing, life insurance? What is it that you want me to talk about? I talk about all these things in a easy and creative way that you can get started right away. So if you ever think, oh, that's too hard to do, I don't understand it, I make it so it's digestible for everybody to understand, even like a 3-year-old. I've been teaching my daughter financial literacy since the age of 3. So there's no excuse for anybody not to learn these things. So if you don't know who I am and this is your first time here, I'm Dean the Wealth Coach, your go-to guy for building wealth. And I talk about building businesses, creating generational wealth for your family, anything to do with money, I'm your guy. So I just came on here to just really make this quick video. I'm driving home from not a presentation, but just like a parents gathering or a parent council. I don't even know what the name is, to be honest. I can't remember. Like my head just hurts right now. But I just felt like I needed to make this video. I met some really great people, talked about a lot of amazing things that people are doing within the community. And a few things just kind of opened up my eyes. And I'm just kind of letting you know about my day yesterday, just the whole stock market and things I've been going through when it comes to stock investing. So I trade options, and if you're not sure what options are, it's the contracts that you can purchase for a share. So the companies have shares, but what you can do with the option is say for a bulk of shares, 100, that's how they come, you can say, I want to purchase it at this specific price, or I want to have the rights to purchase these stocks at this specific price. Now you can either decide to purchase those stocks at a specific date or before that specific date, or you can sell those stocks to somebody else, and then if you make money, you make money. Or if it's not at that price and you're in the red, then you lose money. So it all depends which route that you go. And I've been using this new formula that I've gotten from one of my mentors. The formula works really, really well. But the issue I've been having is dealing with losses. And that is a big piece that you need when it comes to investing or anything that you're doing. Like, you're not gonna always win. And I've always been going through this thing, like I just always needed to win. Video games, sports, like I'm a sore loser. And investing, so me losing in that realm there, it's carrying over into investing. And that is something that I haven't fully developed or been able to control. Like today, I took a loss in a day trade. And I was kind of upset because I was like, damn, I lost this money. But then I said to myself, I was like, why am I upset about that? I should be happy that I executed with using or exercise discipline. Like I set a stop loss for myself. And I was like, you know what? It could have been worse and I could have lost more money. But I said, this is what I'm willing to lose. And if you're unsure of what you're willing to lose, it makes it very hard for you to invest or even trade. You have to start with the very basics. What can I afford to lose? What am I willing to lose? Like, it's not a game of losing money, but you have to know yourself so that you know exactly how much it is to invest. Like, if you have an issue losing $100, then you shouldn't be investing $1,000. Because let's say your investment blows up and you lose that $1,000, you're going to be very pissed about that. So you don't want to be investing something that you can't part with later. Like, having that investment, it's just like having an investment and having your own business is the exact same thing. You're investing in yourself. Imagine you have a business and the business doesn't work out. The thousands of dollars that you put into that business, and then you end up not making any money from it. But for some reason with investing, it's like, because you can see it, then you're like, damn, I don't want to lose this money, or oh, I lost all this money. You have to treat it like that business that you started and that you failed at, because that's the only way you're going to become stronger and better at becoming an investor. Sometimes you lose, sometimes you win. Some of these hedge fund companies, they put so much money into like these different businesses for only one to become successful. That's how you got to think of yourself. You're a hedge fund manager and you're like, you know what, I'm going to put my money into all these things after doing your research, of course. And then you say to yourself, okay, if I lose money on this, that's fine. But if this one makes money, I'm good, and it makes up for those losses. So it's like almost like you have a balance of things. You're not looking to purchase losers, obviously, but you're looking for those winners. And if you do your homework behind these things, you get at a low price and you sell when you're high, you're in a good position. But you want to stack up, as you don't want the odds stacked against you. You're listening to other people. You're seeing the hype on the news. You're buying it because you just see it going up. Like, do your research when it comes to investing. Like, really do your research. And if you believe that whatever stock you buy is going to go to an all-time high, or it's going to move 20% in the next year, 2 years, whatever it may be confident because you did all the research. It's like, think of yourself going back to high school. The teacher said, all right, here's a project. It's due on this date. This is the criteria that I'm going to be marking your project on. Think of investing the exact same way. You did your homework. You know the criteria. Everything aligns. Be confident and just sit on the sidelines. Sit on your hands if you have to, and be like, I'm not going to touch this. I'm going to set it and forget it. And then just let the stock do what it needs to do, or let the market do what it needs to do. If you did everything, you're putting the odds in your favor. So after doing all that, just sit back and relax and see what happens. If you haven't done that before, you're always just like watching the market, you're like, oh, I just can't, then that's maybe something you need to work on internally before you go out there and you execute. So the next time you do decide to take a trade, instead of saying, okay, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna look at it every day and see if it's going up, just know. And this is for people that do options. If you're unsure what options are, I have a more in-depth description in the Wealth Builders Academy. So the link's gonna be down below if you want to join the Wealth Builders Academy. It's only $7 a month. You can't go wrong with that. And you can cancel at any time. There's no obligation. But now, let's say you did all your homework for that trade, and it's a long-term trade. So I'm not doing anything short-term, because when you do short-term, the odds are against you instead of in your favor. So now, when you take that trade, you're going to just let that ride until the execution date. Have your exit strategy beforehand. Because if you have your exit strategy beforehand, there's no need to worry. You don't need to say, all right, no. You created your exit strategy. Follow your plan, trust your plan. The more you do this, the better you get at it. Not every trade's going to be a winning trade, but when you can sit with the loss that you took or that you incurred, that's going to make you a stronger investor for later. Imagine losing $50 and like you're crying over it. Then you don't have no right investing $1 million and losing 500,000. Like, you'll probably jump off a bridge, and I don't want you to jump off a bridge. Trust me. So I want you to just work your way up. If you continuously do that, think of yourself like playing a video game. Just level after level. Okay, let me get to this level. Like, I don't know what game to compare it to. Or Like, just think of like a role-playing game. When you get all that money or all those experience points, but then your character dies and you didn't get to save, and then you have to go back and do it again. You don't stop playing that video game because you forgot to save. You just get pissed about it, you turn off the system, and then you go back to it. That's the same type of mentality you need to have when it comes to investing, a business, even something that you're learning. Yes, there's going to be think of it as a growing pain instead of a loss. Like, you know what? I'm gonna hug that loss. Let me move on. That's not a loss. Now it becomes a lesson. How can I make myself stronger the next time around? And that's what I'm dealing with. And the reason why I'm telling you guys this is because I want to say for the last 6, maybe to 8 months, I've been investing in Apple. And I said, yo, everybody's saying, yo, Apple this, Apple that. Oh, Apple doesn't have no AI technology. They're losing, blah, blah, blah. This is maybe the Apple runs over. And so I took one trade with Apple. I lost money. And you know what? I hugged that loss and I moved on from it. Then I decided, I was like, you know what? Yo, I still believe in Apple. Like, Apple is going to be doing some, they're going to come back, and they're going to come back hard. So the whole AI thing, everybody's just talking about Apple. When's Apple going to drop this? How come they're not partnering with that person? Then Apple has their, I can't remember the name of their event that they have, but they had their event. And before that, so last month I had an option call for $200, and I bought it for like, I want to say like $8. Market was doing well. I was making some money, but then for some reason towards the end of the month, everything just started tanking, and then my emotions came into play, and I was like, then I got worried, and I was like, what if I lose all this money that I just made? And I sold it. I sold it out of panic. So I was like, yeah, screw this. I'll just get back in whatever. Lo and behold, the week after, Apple just started to go up. And I was like, okay, this is not normal. But I said, whatever, fine. Because Apple literally was down almost like 20, roughly about 20% for the year. And then this week, Apple decides to, like, after just dropping all their gems or whatever they're going to be doing for AI, so they have now Apple Intelligence. It's funny how they kind of use AI and put it as Apple Intelligence. And I was blown away with some of the stuff that they're coming out with. Like the calculator function, when you write out an equation, it literally like spits out the answer for you. Like that alone blew me away, because I'm a geeky guy and I like math. So to me, that kind of just saves me having all the issues of getting something wrong. Even like those very hard problems that these kids have to do in high school and university, your iPad can literally give you the answer right there. So I don't know what teachers are going to be doing now with the iPad and all this stuff that comes out with this stuff. They'll maybe force you to show your work and do whatever. But hey, whatever. Technology is there now. Embrace it. Don't fight it. But going back to the story, so with me not being, or so me selling it, so now I'm just watching the price, and it's like I'm literally putting myself through pain, because the option call, it went down, but then it started to go right back up, and it surpassed what I sold it at. So I was like, damn. But then today, Apple just had a burst, and it went up 7%. That was like $14. I couldn't believe it. I was like, man, Apple, seriously? And it hit a new all-time high, and it's at $207. But I don't have the option call because I didn't believe. I wasn't confident in myself. I wasn't confident after doing my homework for months and months on Apple, having a great position, and the call doesn't expire till way next year. And I was like, why did I sell? So this is me having a self-reflection, but I'm also sharing this with you guys because I don't want you to make the same mistakes that I did. And you gotta really believe in yourself. You have to become confident, and confidence comes from you taking these losses and turning them into lessons. So I just wanted to drop that to you guys. Just let you know it's okay to take losses. Do your homework. Be confident in yourself. I'm Dean the Wealth Coach, your go-to guy for building wealth, and thank you for tuning in. And make sure to hit the subscribe button. It's right there.